Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I moved my office, and yes, I hate it too, so I'm moving it back tomorrow. I found this video on Law and Crime Sidebar with, Jesse Weber. Hopefully they don't strike me, but Law and Crime does that, so who really knows? This is going to be a sovereign citizen traffic stop from Ohio. I believe it's like Berea, Ohio, which, ironically enough, I've covered a sovereign citizen 3 different times from that same city, so guys, my heart goes out to you for having to deal with this dumb shit. Enjoy the video.
Hey, tell you who he is yet?
What's that?
Tell you who he is yet?
He does not.
Alright, let's take him out and bring him back so we can identify him.
Yep. I was just trying to see if we had anything on there so I could at least come up and already have his information, but it's a rental car.
Yep.
And I got nothing else. So.
No idea who it is?
No, I've never even seen this guy before. Blew right through the stop sign, but he is not, he said he doesn't have to stick around. I was like, okay, well, I'm advising you legally you have to stay here.
Yeah, he's detained.
Alright. You got a rental car, brother. You got to have a contract for it, right? And a driver's license. I need to see that.
Center train NT196-207, status check.
4104.
Currently, I'm going to give you a little bit of insight. Right. My uncle was first sergeant military police.
Okay.
My cousin is a police officer in Genesee County.
Okay. Who is it in Genesee County?
That would be Morgan.
Hey, Officer Morgan. This is Steve out of Berea. Did you know your cousin's mentally disabled?
So anyway, I also have had federal security clearance of high security public trust, right? So I'm all about Constitution.
Okay.
So I need you as a public servant, because am I a public servant or are you the public servant?
So you're correct. I'm the public servant.
Good. You have an oath of office to that Constitution. Am I correct?
Yep.
What's the 10th Amendment?
So I'm not going to get into that.
So
with
you don't, no, listen to it, 10th Amendment.
We're going to have you step out of the car.
You're not going to do anything.
Alright, come on, sir. Get out.
Yep. We're
Unlock
going to
the
have you
car.
remove out of the car.
So I'm going to record this.
You're free to record. You can record whatever you like.
I'm going to roll up the window. Now you're going to recite the 10th Amendment.
I'm going to have 203 start this way as well. 196 to 203 if you can head to this location.
So I think this is one of the few times where a sovereign citizen actually brings up the 10th Amendment. I know normally they go right from 9 to 11 because the 10th Amendment pretty much disagrees with everything sovereign citizens have to say about states. Because they're like, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, well, 10th Amendment states' rights. And they're like, blah, I got nothing. Now this guy's purposely bringing up the 10th Amendment, which debunks his argument. Doesn't seem like the smartest thing, but carry on.
Next step is I call 911 and I get SWAT here.
We are SWAT.
We are SWAT, so...
Good. You're an insurrectionist at this point in time, because if you're trying to demand anything out of me...
We need to
now,
identify
keep in
you,
mind,
sir.
I have no problem with giving you my license and what have you. What I'm doing is I'm ensuring you're abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So we need to see your driver's license.
You don't need to see anything from me because you are a public servant. I have the right to travel under the 9th Amendment. I have First Amendment right, freedom of exercise of religion. Freedom of exercise
So what does that have
religion.
to do with you committing a vehicle and traffic law violation?
Stop interrupting me. You're the public servant. First Amendment, freedom of exercise of religion.
So if this guy wants to claim his religion doesn't require him to have a driver's license, then I can claim I'm Mandalorian and weapons and guns are part of my religion.
I'm a Mandalorian. Weapons are part of my religion.
Right? Does it state that
So
clearly?
what I don't understand, sir, is what does it have to do with you not stopping
That's
at a
what
stop
I'm getting
sign
to. Are you going to
and
answer
speeding?
my question?
No, I need to see your driver's license and registration.
If you're not going to answer my question, then we're not... You want to act like a public servant and answer my question, or do you want to act like you're the
so what
authority
you're
when
going
you
to
have
do
done?
is turn this from just a simple traffic stop.
So what I'm
verify
doing is
that
I'm
you have a
asserting my rights as a U.S. citizen and validating that you're not abiding by your oath to the Constitution.
So my job here today
So
is to
your
monitor
job here
traffic
today
safety.
is to enforce the law. Is that correct?
Correct, which you violated.
No, because which is the supreme law of the land? Marbury versus Madison. If a law is created that violates a constitutional standard, it is automatically null and void.
So, sir,
Is that
how does that have
correct?
to
If
do
you
with
have an oath to
not
the
coming to a complete
Constitution-
stop at a stop sign?
So that's what I'm getting to. What's the freedom
I don't
of
understand.
So if you don't understand,
roundabout
I'm
way to
free
get
to
to that.
educate you. Are you going to
Why are
listen?
you yelling
It's-
at
Sir, Pennsylvania
Because
versus
you are not
Mims.
listening to
Sir,
me.
Pennsylvania versus Mims says that we have the right to ask you out of the car.
You don't have any rights. The First Amendment, separation of church and state.
That's Supreme Court case law.
Supreme Court case, Marbury versus Madison. If a law is made that violates a constitutional standard, it's automatically null and void.
Sir, you can either give us your license or you have to step out of the vehicle.
It's your choice.
It's annoying, isn't it?
I'm here till 10.
10.
I've already fought a course case in North Carolina. Just to let you know. I had it thrown out. It was dismissed for the same principle I'm stating with you right now.
Okay.
So do you think you have the authority?
You violated vehicle and traffic law.
Which law is that?
1172A.
State law?
New York State vehicle and traffic law.
State Constitution refers to the U.S. Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Is that correct?
We're not doing this, sir.
If you're not doing it, then I'm not doing it.
Okay.
Calling 911.
More.
County, just so you're advised, this driver's calling 911.
Alright, this next bit is where I want you guys to pay attention. Because I don't think I've ever shown a sovereign citizen go down a dumber rabbit hole than this guy's about to go down.
Niagara County 911, where's your emergency?
Yeah, I don't know where it exactly is. What road am
We're
I
on
on?
Rui
officers?
Road, sir.
Do we?
We're on Rui Road.
Rui? Okay, I'll let the officer explain. Right now I have a couple police officers. I'm trying to assert my rights under the Constitution. First Amendment, separation of church of state, which states clearly in the First Amendment that the freedom of exercise of religion, that freedom of exercise, if Congress can't pass a law, then they can't violate, the Judicial Department can't enforce the law. That's the supreme law of the land. I'm asserting that with these officers. They're pulling me over for a traffic violation, which is state law. And on the federal level, they refuse to abide by their oath of office to the Constitution. Now they're acting under the 10th Amendment, which states clearly to the state or the people. It's not exclusive to the state. So that said, they don't have any authority nor jurisdiction in this matter. Even if I did go through a stop sign, there's nobody that was hurt or injured, which doesn't make it a crime. And since I follow common law, which is 5 of the 10 commandments, no murder, no theft, no coveting, no bearing false witness, and no adultery, they are currently committing an insurrection. Well, I don't know if I did or not. That's what they're proclaiming, but state law doesn't supersede federal law. Federal law, First and 10th Amendment, as well as the 9th Amendment apply here, and they're violating the rules of the Constitution, which in turn would make them insurrectionists. Now, I have police officers in my family and what have you. Sure, my name is Richard Ewert. Driver's license, Ewert, E-W-E-R-T. And just for fun, because I don't have any problem with giving them my license and what have you, I'm just kind of asserting my rights at the moment.
Do you have an emergency?
The emergency is these cops are violating my constitutional rights and they
Well, their
refuse to leave.
lieutenant's on the way over to speak with you. You can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there. But unfortunately, right now, you're tying up an emergency line for somebody that could be in cardiac arrest or having trouble breathing or having chest pain.
Well, they did try to say that I have to step out of the vehicle and they're trying to demand things out of me. They're acting like they have the authority when they're public servants.
On the way there, you can speak with the lieutenant when he gets there, okay?
Alrighty.
Alright, so this is like my 6th or 7th take on this, and I've gotten a headache trying to break this down. So, the First Amendment gives you the freedom of religion. Because it gives you the freedom of religion, he's trying to say that he's substituting all laws he doesn't like with the commandments from the Bible. Am I getting that right? That makes absolutely no sense. That's saying F the rest of the Constitution, F the Supreme Court, F the federal court, F the state court. because he just wants to follow certain laws that he himself finds acceptable. That's not how that works. And I have a lot of cops in my family. Yes, I believe every family has that outcast relative, the uncle, the cousin, in some cases the crazy drunk aunt, who is a sovereign citizen, is a flat earther, and just believes in some random crazy wackadoo conspiracy theory. And then when they come to Thanksgiving, family reunions, Christmas, you just spend like half the day telling them how dumb they are. This is that relative.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
We could have gone a whole different route over this, other than
Exactly. And I just wanted to ask you questions, and then you
it's
didn't
not for
refuse
you to
the
ask
answer.
me questions.
It
I
is
was
my
super
job.
cordial to you. I came up to you. All
It
I said
doesn't
is I
make
need
a
to see your
difference.
driver's license.
Again, you're the public servant, right?
Correct. But
So
no
if I
one's-
ask you a question, if you wanted to keep it cordial and everything, you would
Right.
have answered the question.
Right, but you're not even identifying who you were to me.
I don't have to
You
identify
do though,
you.
because
No,
you're
I
driving on a New York State roadway. You need to
don't. Ninth
produce.
Amendment.
It has nothing to do
Right
with
to
it.
travel.
You can speak with my supervisor.
Okay.
It's New York State law. This is a traffic stop. Identify yourself, or you're going to be arrested for obstruction and a misdemeanor.
All right. You have an oath to the Constitution. Is that correct?
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
It's time to get out of the car and identify yourself.
So if you go and do what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're violating your oath to the Constitution.
Nope.
Yes.
You're detained right now. You're accused of committing a crime, a vehicle and traffic law. You have to identify yourself. It's basic when you're 16 years old and you get your license. I'm Lieutenant Swift, badge 203. You're going to identify yourself to these officers right now. Why are you not identifying yourself?
I already did actually on the 911 call. I gave him my driver's license number and everything. But as far as that's concerned, again, you have an oath to the Constitution. Are you going to allow me to speak? I'll clarify this for you.
Yep. Are you going to identify yourself?
Are you going to allow me to clarify
Yes.
everything?
Yes.
I'm saying to you right now, because as much as you're trying to come at me, keep in mind I have the full legal right to remove Joe Biden from his office right now with the same contents.
Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Do you know what year it is?
Okay, let me clarify this for you because you want to have this kind of argument. You proclaim December the 12th month,
Of the year? Yes.
even though the word itself literally means 10th month.
Sir, I don't know if
So exactly.
I don't know
because
if
you don't know anything.
I want to help you. I don't know if this is a mental
I want to
health
help people too.
Is this a mental health issue or are you?
That
you
sounds
hate the
like
cops?
you do have one, because if you proclaim December to be the 12th month when it literally means the 10th, means you're probably
Okay.
not in your right
Identify
mind.
yourself to these police officers, please. Right now, identify yourself to these police officers.
So are you doing an insurrection against people at the moment?
You're about to be removed from this vehicle. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Shut the car off.
Let's go, ready?
You committed assault.
Nope. You tried to close the window on me after I told you to get out of the vehicle. Give you multiple chances to identify yourself.
Now I told you quite often that you're insurrectionists against
You want a
people.
double cup on him?
No. Do you have any weapons in the car?
No, now you're performing illegal search and seizure. Violation of the 4th Amendment.
Alright, guys, so they didn't show the arrest. He got arrested. We saw the before and after. But since I didn't see it, I'm disappointed. So I know you guys are disappointed. And he goes back to amendments that aren't applicable to his situation. He tried to say the 4th Amendment for illegal search and seizure. The whole point of that is you're under arrest, so it is no longer a unreasonable search because you're under arrest. Like, I don't know why auditors and sovereign citizens and more can't comprehend that. The 4th Amendment protects people from unreasonable search and seizures. When you're placed under arrest, that search now becomes reasonable, again, because you're under arrest. But that's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was a quick one, and hopefully, fingers crossed, God willing, law and crime don't come after me. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.